Hello wonderful viewers, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if this is your more than first time here. I am Sara, the Cedar Moon Witch. Today I am doing a VR to Mystic Mand and her hashtag Manifesting Magic March. 8 prompts. Let me bring up the prompts. Okay. The first prompt is, what's the deck you're most grateful for? And for that, I chose the Sistine Tarot. This is an insanely out of print deck, and I'm sorry, but I love this deck. It's become my Magdalene deck for my Exploring the Magdalene practice. And I think it slots in so well there because it has such a sisterly vibe to it. When I come to this deck, it is like I'm coming to my sister who is going to, you know, to be there, but to point me in the right direction. And I am so grateful to have this deck in my collection because it is extremely out of print. So, I don't know, it's just one of those things that I am glad that I met the people who I met when I met them, for this to be a deck in my collection. So, that is the deck that I am most grateful for. The second, if I can, I struggle with tuck boxes though. Okay. The second prompt. I need space. Wait. The second prompt here is, what's the deck you feel will help you towards your goals? For a deck to motivate, encourage growth towards goals, the Telesma Tarot. This is, oh, that's a Jackie. This is an indie deck, I believe. It's still in print. Got the gold shimmery, beautiful backs. And this deck is fire personified, I guess. This deck is like, you have a goal, that's great. Here is the firepower that you need to go and do it. In the best sort of way, right? Like, I mean, it's not mean, it's not pushy, but it helps me tap in to that fire, you know? That fire. When I can't see a way through a block, it gives me different perspectives. It helps me to envision a completed goal, which helps in manifesting, you know? Like, if you can visualize the outcome, then it's all but assured, you know? And this is that deck. It's the deck that helps me see my goal come true. So yeah, this is the deck that helps me towards my goals. We'll leave it there on the King of Coins, because if that isn't goals manifested. Oh, I love this deck. I really do. Telesma Tarot. The next one. The next prompt is a deck that helps strengthen your spiritual connections. Fine viewers, I believe that all of my decks help connect me spiritually. I believe that every deck that I pull is spirit speaking through that deck. So in a wishy-washy, all of them sort of aspect, I believe that all of my decks help strengthen my spiritual connections. That said, I do have 2 decks. I'm cheating. I do have 2 decks that help me strengthen my spiritual connections, just in different sorts of ways. The first one is the Mysteries of Mary Tarot. This is, it comes in and out of print. I believe it's in stock now on the creator's website. But this, I wasn't brought up Catholic, you know, not at all. So, I don't know. So, like, this wasn't, you know, like, I wasn't brought up venerating the divine feminine in any sort of way. So this deck was really, it really caught me off guard in how deeply profound and how deeply impactful in a spiritual way that sort of work could be. And I just love this. I love this deck. I've had this for several years now. And when I need divine connection, divine spiritual connection, this is the one that I go to. So that is the Mysteries of Mary Tarot deck. And that is one of 2 choices. And the other one, I know if you've seen any of my videos, you will probably know the Herb Crafter's Tarot. Like when I just want to connect with spirituality in a more grounded sort of way, you know, spirits of land, spirits of ancestor, this is the deck that I use for that. This is like the wise crone sitting there just having a chit chat with me. I always leave feeling refreshed, feeling better, feeling like I've learned something, you know, like I never leave confused with this deck, and I always feel spiritually refreshed. I love it. I love this deck, and this is definitely a deck that helps strengthen my spiritual connections. So that is the Herb Crafter's Tarot. This is a mass market goodie, still available. Highly recommend. It does kind of its own thing, but I think that the payoff is definitely worth it if it seems like a deck you would be interested in. The next prompt is my favorite affirmation deck, and I know, I pull it out. I've pulled this out for lots and lots of things, but this deck is so good. Angel Affirmations cards. It's mass market goodie, Hay House deck. You get a message from an angel on one side, and then you get 2 affirmations on the other side. And the affirmations are amazing just on their own, you know. I am the author of my own fairy tale. You know, like that's a great affirmation for a day. But this deck also leans slightly predictive. In the sense that every affirmation is appropriate for the day where I pull it. So I like that it's an affirmation that you can get through whatever is going to happen. And that is why I chose this one. I have a few different affirmation decks, and I love them all for different purposes, but this is just the one that I am vibing with right now. Angel Affirmations cards by Radley Valentine. Hey, house. And then prompt 5 is a deck that will help keep you focused on your goals. So we had Telesma Tarot as the deck that would help propel me towards my goals. And this is the deck that will help keep me focused on my goals. Oh, snap, I lost it. Where? Oh, that's right. Sassy Dragons Tarot. I've had this deck all of a week, and I can tell you that this deck has like laser focus, and it is not afraid to say that I'm beating around the bush instead of doing the work that needs to be done. But it does it in an empowering and adorably cute sort of way. So I would definitely say the Sassy Dragons. Oh, I love this deck. But it doesn't beat around the bush. And it tells me when I'm procrastinating. And I love it for that. So, Sassy Dragons. And then after the dragons are a little too sassy, you need a deck that will help keep you uplifted. I chose the Rainbow Brain Skull Oracle. I choose this deck for a lot of tarot prompts. But it's a good deck. It's fun. It's insightful. But in a funny sort of way. You know, like, it puts things in perspective. You know, but it's... I don't know. Every time I come to this deck and I'm, you know, in a mood, it has this way of being like, you get to control so many atoms. I love that. And you pull a card like that when you're in a crappy mood, and it really helps you to see things from a broader perspective. You know? And there's a lot of these choice questions, you know, like you get to choose which one of those you want to be. So, this always helps me feel better when I come to it. Rainbow Brain Skull. Prompt 7 is, what is a deck I have manifested into my life? All of them. No. Let me see. This. the Yonasa Yaos 6 Little. I wanted this deck. I loved this deck. I saw this deck. I saw how small and how amazing this deck was. And I wanted it. Because look, it's so teeny. I love it. But I didn't want to pay out of print Yonasa Yaos prices for something so tiny, and that really would just be a kitsch, fun thing for me to have. And I imagined myself opening the box and pulling the cards out, and I felt in my heart, in my bones, I felt the utter joy and satisfaction of having this deck in my hands and pulling cards with it. And I'll be damned if I didn't find this deck for what I consider a very reasonable price through a route that I would never in a million years have thought of. So this is the deck that I manifested, and I still love it, and I keep it on my bookshelf, and anytime I get down, I just look at that and remember the power that I really have. And then it's, feel free to share anything you've manifested in your life besides that. And, fine viewers, ooh, well, I'm going to have to edit that out. Oh my goodness, excuse me. Oh my goodness. But I would like to share, this is a turkey feather. And I want to share a story about the turkey feather. This was several years ago now. I was going through some things, people go through things. And I sent up a plea, a request. Feathers have always been like a message. They've just always been a message for me. And we were going into winter. It was, fall. And it had been a while since I had had a feather. Things were just not looking up. Other issues going on. So I said, Holy Mother Mary, Jesus, angels, ancestors, and the whole spirit team, universe, if you are there, if you are supporting me and loving me, please send me a feather. And make it a good feather. Make it a nice feather. Well, the day went through and nothing, right? I got home and my husband told me he was going to go over to a friend's house for a few hours. That's fine, you go do you. And like, I was like, oh man, this is just awful. I didn't get a feather. I didn't even, oh my goodness. My husband came home with 7 turkey feathers that he and his friend had found a dead turkey on his property, and my husband, bless him, he said, "Oh, Sarah would love a feather." So dude got down and plucked me some feathers, and my husband came home with 7 of these. And I don't know, that just, even to this day, that just hits, you know? It just hits. So not only did I get 1 nice, beautiful feather, I got 7 in the most unbelievable sort of way. Yeah, it was just, that was really cool. Manifested my feathers. So that is my VR to Manifesting Magic March. I will link Man's official, no, not her official, her original. I'll link to her original video. Leave a comment, let me know. What about you? How would you answer these prompts? Yeah, start a conversation. I enjoy chit-chatting. I want to thank you so much for being here with me. Bless you if you have made it this far. It means the world to me. And I'll see you later. Bye.